3R strategy. Can you tell me what is the 3R strategy? Read, revise, and so read means retention is 40%. 40%. So if give you test, if you just study once, class notes, revise it once properly, and give the test, your score would be 30 to 40%, not more than that. In a test, 50 question test, if you are getting a score of, let's say, 15, or 16 or 18, that means you're at first level. Okay, then comes the second stage, the second and third revision. Now for that, for example, if you have studied the class today, and if you revise the next day, and before test you revise it again. Now again, it's not that you revise same day twice. The second revision loop has to have some gap in that. Okay, 1, 3, 7, 30 or 1, 7, 30. So one is first day, third day, 7th day and 30th day, or 1, 7 and 30. So when I was an aspirant, I used to revise every day 30 to 60 minutes every day. It was a ritual I used to follow. And मेरा slot भी fixed था. Every morning I'll get up, newspaper and revision. These two things were my ritual. And my day used to start at maybe 11:30. So maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hour newspaper. And remember, at our time, we did not have daily, monthly magazine or daily notes. So everything was on our own. So हमें पास option नहीं था. Today, a lot of options are available. You don't even need to put effort. You can just go on the chat GPT. In the Hindu, can you tell me the important 10 topics for today's newspaper based on the previous year questions? Okay, exclude daily, exclude local news, sports news, and state news, and political news. Then you can also add, also make sure that these things are there. Focus more on editorials. Editorials which are again aligned to UPSC's requirement. Now when you put a chat, they'll give you a list of 10 topics. If you want deep research, put that in the Grok. Grok mein dal dijiye. Grok will give you even better research. They'll scan your Hindu newspaper, give you 10 topics. क्या पढ़ना है? Then you can use your own brain because technology का अपना limitation है. They might go overboard also. Then you focus India specific news. In IR, only those news which are related to India, because they can give news of Mexico and maybe Gaza also. But the moment you put news specific to India as per GS Paper 2 syllabus, it will give you a list of topics. So आपको कुछ करना ही नहीं है. But remember, it's a technology. It will have its limitations. If you know how to do it, you can do it better in lesser time than Grok or maybe ChatGPT. If you want, you can scan your notes and put on Gemini 3.0 version, the newest version. And you can say, prepare a mind map of this notes, okay? And it should have this structure. It will create that. You can go there in Gemini AI. You can put your picture and say, can you make an image of me, which is already upload picture, having Golgappas in the evening. So it can create an image of Golgappa, you eating Golgappa because you sent the image. So it will, on that, it will put a face of your face and you'll have an image of eating Golgappa on the Gemini AI. Now, this is the level of the technology has reached. Because I'm doing hands-on, so I know that. If you want to create your video also, that can also be there. You can AI twin can be there. The videos can be created in matter of minute. 1 minute में आपका video बन जाएगा. That is the level of technology. But उसमें आपके लिए क्या जरूरी है? If you do it on your own, if you make your own notes, because you have to convert into outcome. So when you go for second revision, here the retention is 60 to 70. Now remember, in prelims, I have to crack prelims. What should be my accuracy? 75 is to 75 attempt होना चाहिए आपका. Minimum attempt 75 out of 100, and 75% should be the. So even if you go for 3 revision, your accuracy will not cross 60-70%. This is general data. Some others can cross more than 60% also, but it's general data. Some will reach 50% also. So people come to me stating that, sir, मेरे test में number नहीं आ रहा, I'm feeling demotivated. I say, how have you studied? What books have you followed? How many times you have revised your notes? And I get the answer, because they have not invested in the notes properly. Because when you read multiple times, it gets absorbed. That absorption, assimilation of that concept takes some time. And if you do, I revise this today and I revise it again today, it will not happen. Like one revision. But when I do in the slots, when I space it in my revision plan, the memory, retention, recall, it goes in your subconscious memory and it reiterates there. Or you can align with stories. You can link any news with the story and you will not forget. You will never forget. I remember stories of class 4th, 5th, 2nd, because story is attached with that. कोई information है, वो story से जुड़ा हुआ है. I was able to solve in the first prelim 2010 some questions on economy just because I had attended in my college days. I had attended I had joined a coaching for CAT examination, MBA examination, because I was in engineering college. So at that time, engineering plus MBA was hot shot. So it was very natural that I will go for MBA. And I scored good in the percentile also, but I did not join any MBA college. So I had joined a coaching. The coaching's name is Career Launcher. In 2005, 4-5. Because I was a passer of 2006. So there was one teacher who used to come and used to teach current affair. He used to teach current affair. General current affair. Very generic. But his specialization was economics. And that was the time I developed my interest in economics from there. So he used to teach. He used to tell about markets, how economy functions. And I was like, wow. And that class was not aligned so much with the UPS, with CAT syllabus. It was just an thing. But they had given like a bonus class. So I have made sure that I will miss a VA class, a quant class, but I will not miss that class. Because I could, and you'll be surprised to know some concept I discussed. He discussed about markets, bearish market, bullish market, how stocks operate. What you can do, you can go and see the paper for 2010 for prelims. You'll find 2-3 questions were from those concepts. He discussed about the concept of round tripping of funds. He discussed how Mauritius से पैसा जाके इंडिया वापस आता है. And we have an agreement with Mauritius called double taxation agreement, avoidance agreement, and thereby whatever is taxed in Mauritius will not be taxed here. कोई business अगर वहाँ tax हुआ तो यहाँ पे tax नहीं लगेगा. He told me in a story form around that time. And I remembered that story, and I could solve 3 MCQs, 3 or 4 MCQs just because I had studied some topic in 2004. और वो मैंने recent time में 5-6 साल में नहीं पढ़ा था उन topics को. Because there was a story attached to that concept. He was a good storyteller. He used to tell a story around stock market. He used to tell a story around how economy functions. And you don't forget story. You forget facts, data, but you don't forget because mind works in a very different way. So if you remember, I tell a lot of stories. बीच में कहानियां लेके आता रहता हूं. And I remember those stories also. And remember, a lot of things I tell you outside the class, which is not in your class notes, you are going to solve questions from there. I'm telling you. Students have told me, sir, वो आपने जो class के बाहर बताया ना, वहां से भी question आया था. Because I know many a times, PSC asks very general questions also. So I was able to solve questions on double taxation avoidance agreement, markets, because somebody taught me those concepts in 2004. And in the interim period, मैंने उन topics को नहीं पढ़ा था. So memory works in a very different way. You don't know how. You need to understand how mind works. Okay, so 1 or 2 or 3 revision. Also, again, you will not be able to crack the prelims नहीं crack कर पाओगे because you will not breach the 75% target marks. Now then comes the recall. Now how will the recall happen? Now here, recall means action part. Action part क्या होगा? The first action is write. Whatever you study, write. Make a flow chart. Make a mind map. Write it. Study a topic. Okay, I have discussed the problems in Indian economy. Let's take a flow chart. 1, 2, 3. Put a data. You will not forget. Then solve MCQs. PYQs. Okay. Now writing would be, one writing would be you look at the answer and write. or you can revise then, or you can write in a very time bound manner. You can say, okay, I have studied this topic, let's write a question on that. Can I solve PYQs on that? Even if you don't know, you can practice it. Okay. Then comes the teaching. You can teach also. You can teach your friend. Peer learning, very effective. When I remember we had a group of 5-6 people when we were preparing examination, and we had a group of 5 people. All those people meant after clearing mains, a mains time hum mile. And it was a good collective group. And 2 of them are in Delhi itself. They are posted in service. So we used to prepare a topic. So Pramod, you will prepare, your economy is good, so you prepare economy. Mera polity mujhe interest lagta hai, I'll prepare this polity. And then we'll come one day and very serious 1 hour of discussion on that topic, and we'll make notes also. So फिर हम वो जो discussion था वो कभी भूलते नहीं थे. We never used to forget. Or if you want to teach, you can say someday, sir, I want to teach economics in the class. That's a big responsibility. Okay. Or you can the peer learning. Because peer learning में क्या होता है? Challenge is there. बहुत पता है, मुझे नहीं पता. Tomorrow I'll do better. In a very friendly manner. If you invest in this, because that is where solving is very important, writing is very important. Again, teaching, maybe not. अभी जो बच्चे इंटरव्यू दे रहे हैं, मैंने उनको इनमें कनेक्ट कर दिया है. 2 people, you can ask questions among yourself. I said that you'll get better outcome than mock interviews. Okay, because that person will also be able to analyze. And these people are not normal people. These people have prepared for UPSC for 2 years, 3 years. So they are at different tangent. Their knowledge is at different level. ठीक है? This is where यहाँ reach करना है अगर आपको prelims. Then what you do after the solving MCQs, that is also very important. Now when you give the test, what you do after the test? Analyze the test. Every option, every solution. Nobody can stop your prelims. Your accuracy will go up. But this ritual has to be done for next 6 months, religiously, in discipline, every week, every test, or after every subject, multiple times. Repetition is the key. And this I am telling you by my own experience. मैं तो बच्चों को 5 बार 6 बार रिवीजन करने को कहता हूँ. I say before going to the prelims, revise 5-6 times. Because questions are not direct, they are applied. So when you do this effort, कोई आपको रोक नहीं सकता है बेटा. You yourself are the hurdle for your preparation, no one else. अपने distractions को हटाइए, social media को हटाइए. आपकी preparation में energy बढ़ जाएगा, your confidence will go up, things will start happening. Surrender to the requirements of UPSC. In our time, there were few distractions. Today distractions are more. Even though there are so much information, technology, material, notes, it does not matter. Because you can't use it.